Hey, shalom, shalom. The title of the video is, I believe Apostle Tahar prophesied once again. I believe Apostle Tahar prophesied once again. Part 2, naming New Year's Eve destruction video. In parentheses, chariots. Again, the title is, I believe Apostle Tahar prophesied once again. Part 2, naming the year, New Year's Eve destruction night video. Something to that effect. And then chariots in parentheses. So with that, I would like to say, Kal Halal, Yahweh Bahashim Yahweh Bahashim Ruach Wadash, Thawada Yahweh for giving us Yahweh. Double honors to the apostles of GMS who have the 100% spirit of Yahweh Shemai in them. Double honors to the CT bishops, elders of GMS, our big brothers, and greetings and salutations to the brothers in this country and all over the world who are prophesying in the true name of Yahweh Bahashim Yahweh, which is none other than the power of the nation of Israel, which consists of you so-called blacks, Latinos, and Native Americans, and anybody with descendants from those people on their father's side. Shalom to those who are scattered abroad. Shalom to the Akim and Akwith. I'm Yahikwab, Lord willing, serving the King of the universe. All right, and King Yahushai from the power of Yahweh. Okay, and again, the title once again is I believe Apostle Tahar prophesied once again in part 2, stemming from a series that I had last year on January 2nd. Okay, January 2nd, 2022, where I did a video called, I believe Apostle Tahar just prophesied once again, and I called it Turn Up. All right, and it was going into that that the Lord's going to turn many things, but the main thing is going to, well, not main thing, I was bringing out in the video that I was talking about the frequencies, you know, that Lord's going to turn up the frequencies, and which he did, you know, which you may not know it, but frequencies definitely have been turned up, as you know, last year. What I mean by that is controlling the minds. If you go into 5G technology, you know, they figured out a way where certain frequencies they can control your emotions, you know. But anyway, I don't want to make it a whole point about that because I'll just go on. But that's what that title stems from, and so I'll post in the description. But how this came about, Lord willing, through the Spirit, is because, oh yeah, and then the part is called naming of the year. Naming of the year destruction. I gotta figure out how to say it. Naming New Year's Eve destruction night video. Naming with the year New Year's Eve destruction night video that Apostle Tahar did, right? And this year of 2023, which this year is called the hopeful elect, the hopeful year that all the prophecies come to pass. All right, the hopeful year that all the prophecies come to pass. And, you know, we're only about a month and a half in. Well, February is not even a month really, but we're about a month and a half in. Today is the, you know, Nimrod Day, Valentine's Day, which really goes back to Nimrod. Valentine goes back to Valiant. The Valiant one goes back to Nimrod, you know, or the one with the arrow. He's considered valiant. But anyway, what was I saying? Salakia. That yeah, in the video that the Lord, that Apostle Tahar named for this year 2023, he mentioned about the chariots. He mentioned a whole bunch of things, basically prophecies that can happen this year. But the thing that stuck out to me with the latest news that's going on, as far as the, you know, China sending their so-called, whether it be balloons or whatever, an egg psyop, or which is really going on. That may be all true, or well, we know it's not the chariots, as far as because they so-called shot it down. You can't shoot a chariot down of the Lord. That's yeah, impossible. All right, impossible times infinity. All right, but the point is, that I thought about with all this chariot news coming out, which it has before, but on such a high level now, with the government warning the people about chariots and they're admitting they don't know, because you never seen that before. Then they're in the White House podium and they're admitting, they're getting asked questions by the people in the staff or journalists, whatever, at the White House, what do you call that, podium there? Or I forget I forget to put a little term, but, for the first time, they don't have the answer of what they're warning the people about a UFO. But this time they don't have any answers. They even said it on live news. When other times they're bringing UFOs, they have the exact answers, this and that. But they don't have the answers of what it is. And it's being pushed on the media. So, through the media, which they know if it's being pushed this way, there's an agenda going on, And in the video Apostle TAHAR was going into, he said there's going to be a major chariot sightings this year, especially in the year what the name is called. Hopefully, year of all the prophecies come to pass. So, and this news has been going on for maybe almost going on 2 weeks. Well, not 2 weeks, a week. And it's been intensifying. So, we suspect things here at GMS through the Spirit of Yahweh Shemai Shai, but something just hit me like, damn, just a thought, could they be also, we know they're preparing, but whatever it is, I just kind of find it funny that they're doing this. Maybe they're preparing for something they already know, as far as knowing that the chariots of the Lord Yahweh Shemai Shai are coming, and that's what Project Reuben goes into, knowing that he's going to try to deceive the people like he is, the nation, the wicked that he is, the nation of Edom, before the coming of Yahweh Shemai Shai upon the earth. He's the great deceiver. So does he know something where he's just trying to offset something before the coming of the Lord, which proves that he's that close, So right when I thought that, I thought about, wow, okay. Apostle TAHAR did mention, in the video that, there was going to be a major chariot sighting this year, you know what I mean? And so that's what, what I'm just going into in this video. So I'm going to play a little bit of Apostle TAHAR's video. He said that night, just a little bit, and I'll post the rest, the video in the description. Sometimes I'll post scriptures, so you got to scroll all the way down the bottom to get to the videos. And, that's it. And I also did a video, we're about to show it, and I want to share 2 scriptures. And I also did a video called 2023. If you separate the 2023 by digits, they add up to 7. You know what I mean? They add up to 7. So what I was saying in that video, it was titled 2 + 2 + 3, right? Let's hope this be the year of our Lord. And I did that before the year that the year was called. I did this on a few days. So that's the Spirit, December 29th, 2022. Right? And I didn't know the year of the naming of the year. So I called it year the 7. And I put it that's where the year of the Lord we pray, be glorified, All right, so, we just pray that this year that major things happen. All right. So I'm going to play this video of Apostle TAHAR and the chariot part he was talking about. And like I said, it wasn't only that he went into. He went into just prophecies that might come to pass this year, as the MOTB, of course. The MOTB, that's basically here now. Chaos, food shortages, blackouts, right? Brothers were doing shows, plenty of shows on the blackouts. Rumors of wars intensifying, right? Is that not true? Ezekiel 38, Gog and Magog, we're in the time of that. The Euphrates River drying up even more, which is called the Fertile Crescent, like you mentioned in the video, or the Levant. Oh, so yeah, all these things he mentioned. So let's just play.
Then the something going on where.
So look, I'm gonna bring it back to to the 3 minute mark. Let's bring it back to the 3 minute mark. I'll play from there.
Especially when they watch our videos. Then you have, chaos, food shortages, blackouts, riots, more rumors of wars. More so-called UFO sightings, and for the angels and the chariots to show themselves even more boldly. Maybe the chariots beaming people up, Edomites and beating the shit out of them. I believe this hopeful year that there's no doubt that these chariots, these ships, the angels, they're going to make it, the evidence overwhelming that they're beings from another planet, where you can't, the government, NASA, the military can't hide it no more. There'll be so many of them. So we're looking forward to that. Then the something going on where it brings these nations together to go to the Bible says the valley of Jehoshaphat, which means valley means lowland, and Jehoshaphat just means Yahweh Shaphat. Something major is going to happen where it's going to bring all these major military nations that possess these high-tech missile systems and modern weapons to meet, the fulfillment of Joel chapter 2, the Northern Army. Also, the fulfillment of Ezekiel 38. The Ezekiel 37 is being fulfilled before your eyes. And Ezekiel 38 is talking about Gog and Magog. I wanted to speak on that earlier when we did the live stream. These scholars, these Christian scholars, if not all of them, but 90% of them, they say Gog and Magog, the chief prince of Meshach and Tubal, that Gog or Magog is referring to Russia, or the Scythians, which are the ancient Russians, which are a warlike people. They love war. The Russian people, they love war. They love combat to the death. So something major is going to look for something major. Keep your eyes on the Middle East. And for that matter, keep your eyes on Russia, the United States, NATO, the Russian-Ukrainian war, conflict. Keep your eyes on China, Taiwan, Keep your eyes on the Middle East. Keep your eyes on the Euphrates, that whole region between the great rivers, the Red Sea, the great bodies of water, the Red Sea and the Euphrates, that whole area, which is called the Fertile Crescent. Also, it is called the Levant. So keep your eyes on the Middle East, keep your eyes on NATO, keep your eyes on the EU.
Okay. All right, so I'll put the rest of that, you can check out the rest of the video on the TAHAR site. All right. So what I just want to do is just share 2 scriptures. So I'm just trying to fix this. And again, so that was what you just heard there. Like I said, this is a 12-minute video. You can check out the rest. I'll post in the description. And that's what I thought of with all the stuff that's going on right now in current events. This exact clip that I played, that's what came to my mind. Lord willing, through the spirit of Yahweh Shemai Shai. Again, based on the events that's going on right now. So could there be, I ask myself, Lord willing, could there be a major, well, we believe it's going to happen, but could there be a major chariot very soon that we've been praying to see? So let's get 2 scriptures I have here. This is, okay, Zechariah. Zechariah 5:1, it reads, "Then I turned and lifted up mine eyes and looked, and behold, a flying roll." Okay. Again, then I turned and lifted up mine eyes and looked, and behold, a flying roll. All right. And it's self-explanatory, man. Okay. In the ancient world, the prophets described the things based on what was around them in their present lifetime. Okay. Just like if we were to see something 2,000 years from now, right, in this present lifetime that you live in today, 2023, you would describe it according to the things around your particular lifetime, to describe something 2,000 years before you, man. So Zechariah was doing the same thing, okay, even long over 2,000 years. All right, because this is the time of Zechariah. I gotta look at the exact year though, right? But well, I'm not gonna make it too long. But the point is that that they described it according to what was around their time once again. So it looked like a flying roll. All right. Again, it says, "Then I turned and lifted up my eyes and looked, and behold, a flying roll." All right. "And he said unto me, What seest thou? And I answered, I see a flying roll. The length thereof is 20 cubits, and the breadth thereof is 10 cubits. Right. And a cubit, I believe, is 18 inches. Now, like a foot, 12 inches back from now is way smaller than 12 inches back the ancient world. You know what I mean? So even when you think about 18 inches, it was bigger back then. But anyway, 18 inches is a cubit. All right. So he's describing how the size of the chariot. "And he said unto me, What seest thou? And I answered, I see a flying roll. And is it not true that chariots look like flying rolls, so-called UAPs, right? The length thereof is 20 cubits. The breadth thereof, or the width thereof, is 10 cubits. Then said he unto me, this is the curse that goeth forth, the point of the show, right? Then said he unto me, this is the curse that goeth forth over the face of the earth, whole earth. For everyone that stealeth shall be cut off, as on this side according to it, and everyone that sweareth shall be cut off, as on this side according to it. So one more time, it says, then said he unto me, this is the curse that goeth forth over the face of the whole earth. And that's the curse that goeth forth over the face of the whole earth, is by this major prophecy that Apostle TAHAR mentioned in the year of all the prophecies come to pass, that they can be major, what's the word he used, is bold. That was it. That they can make major, bold. That's the point. Took me 20 minutes to get to that. But bold showings, you know, bold revealings, you know, in these last days, man. And this prophecy goes right into that, okay? Because when that time comes, with all the other prophecies that Apostle was mentioning, the Euphrates is freaking looks like a desert now, man. If you look at the videos of the water decreasing for the past, I think just a year, the brothers of Priest Zechariah out of New York camp sent me a video. I believe it was only, I don't know if it was a span of 2 years or a year, that the Euphrates River has just completely it's dried up mostly, man. And brothers actually just did a video. The brother Priest Among Bar and Priest Zechariah, they actually just did a video there, I believe, a few days ago. You know, so with that happening, and Ezekiel 38 with Russia going against America, and they're about to, you know, with the Ukraine issue, you know, NATO and the EU going against, that's happening, all right? They're about to go to, that's wars in the news. The MOTB, which prelude to that is the central bank digital currency system that has been written into law already to pursue March 9th, 2022. I mean, that's happening, all right? Elon Musk announcing last year that they want to have human trials, and people are ready to take the chip in their head. What else I got? Food shortages. Another food plant burnt down to the ground. Oh, with the egg situation. You know what I mean? Food. These are all happening. Blackouts has been talked about. Aren't they having blackouts in Europe? You could correct me if I'm wrong. I believe Schwab's mentioned that, the guy from WF, that there's going to be purpose blackouts or to conserve energy. I could be wrong. Could be wrong on that, though. Just look at my list here. Hey, man, so this is undeniable, okay? So what time we in? So if that's all happening, that means that the chariots are going to make a bold appearance very soon, too, man. I remember they showed that years ago, and they're not gonna leave. So it says, again, I will bring it forth, said the Lord of hosts, and it shall enter into the house of the thief. Is it not true that, and where this happening? Here in America. You know, they're trying to say Alaska and all that, but it's gonna, all across America, just like Apostle was going into in the video, that they're gonna make bold, revealing sightings that they're gonna, the Most High is gonna allow them to do. Through Yahweh Shemai Shadi, the Lord's given them the order to reveal themselves now, man. So could it be Esau and the government know something's about to happen? And they're trying to throw us off? And this is the house of the thief. I'm sorry. This is the house of the thief, man. Here in America, they stole the so-called blacks against the not so-called blacks, but the nation of Israel, you know, into slavery in the west coast of Africa and the southern parts too, southern west. You know, sold us for muskets, guns, and wine through the transatlantic slave trade. You know, they stole us, man, and made money off us. Sold us on auction blocks. The Native Americans, they were actually the first slaves when that Christopher Rat came over here, Christopher Colombo, and sent the Native Americans over there to Spain as the first slaves, and for around early 1500s. They steal resources, you know, they steal nationality. I mean, look at it. They stole our nationality, man. You know, it's being revealed. You stole it, and you're being exposed. And only the devil would do something like that. Okay, so this he's the thief. Okay. Then said he unto me, this is the curse that goeth forth over the face of the whole earth. For everyone that stealeth should be cut off on this side according to it. Yeah, and you didn't pay the slaves. You stole their money by not even paying them. All right, let alone just stealing them in the first place. Okay. Again, stealing sources, money, people's taxes every day. For everyone that stealeth should be cut off as soon on this side according to it, and everyone that sweareth shall be cut off as on this side according to it. I will bring it forth, said the Lord of hosts, and I shall enter in the house of the thief. I'm sorry, and I thought I was there. It should enter the house of the thief, and into the house of him that sweareth falsely by my name, and it shall remain in the midst of his house. Right, America, Babylon, and shall consume it with the timber thereof, and the stones thereof. So what does that mean? Consume with the timber thereof, and the stones thereof. What's going to consume that? What consumes? Nothing else than nuclear fire. So World War III is prophecy as well, right? And these chariots, they're going to use their fire, which I believe, which is common sense. It's not common sense, but I would think, of course, that their power is way greater than the nuclear missiles, man. Of course. Okay, so their lasers, as crazy, as powerful as the nuclear missile is going to be, hotter than the surface of the sun, over 100 million degrees. The lasers can shoot even, and they're even going to be worse than the nuclear missiles, man. Okay, think about that. The power of the chariots, man. So they're gonna totally consume this place, man. All right. So that was that, so that's a curse. So we're about to see this curse of Esau fulfilled, and there's no doubt about it that this is the house of the thief. That's too easy. All right, too easy to know that. So one more. This is another chariot one. Isaiah 19:1. It reads the burden. It reads the burden of Egypt. Behold, the Lord rideth upon a swift cloud. We know what the cloud is. Many scriptures and precepts to prove that. Right, the Lord's in Revelation says the Lord shall come back in a cloud. Matter of fact, all right, gonna finish soon, almost done. Revelation, we talked about what the chariots are gonna reveal themselves in a bold way, bold revelations. The Most High Yahweh Shemashai gave the order. Right, now let's go to the book of Revelations to prove that, man. Okay, when you go to the verse. What's it say? The revelation of Yahweh, which the Most High gave unto him to show unto his servants. Hold up. Okay, verse 7. Oh, well, yeah, let me read that. I'm sorry. The revelation of Yahweh, which the Most High gave unto him to show unto his servants things which must shortly come to pass. And he sent and signified it by his angel unto his servant John. Verse 7. Behold, which means to look. Okay, he cometh with clouds. All right, he cometh with clouds, and every eye shall see him, and they also which pierced him, and all kindreds of the earth shall be wailed because of him. So that says a lot right there, that we are to look in the light. It's being revealed in the book of Revelations, right? We're talking about chariots revealing themselves boldly, right? That we are to look, and that the first thing they say, he comes with clouds, right? So that proves right there that the unidentified era phenomenon are the chariots of the Lord. Right? They know what they are. We know the men of the Lord know what they are. All right? They're chariots. Vehicles of the Lord. It says, and every eye shall see him. That's right. And every eye is going to see this chariot. They already know about it through their. There was an Issacharite who was bugging out when he saw on the NASA feed that they showed a huge chariot coming on this NASA feed. It was a few big ones, huge ones, and all of a sudden, and then the other ones were big. Now this one took up the whole screen, and they cut the feed. It was enormous UFO, man. Chariot of the Lord. So all eyes are gonna see that. They had another feed broken by, revealed by W77, and I think it came out in February. It was recorded in February, but the event happened in February, but it was released. The video was released in March, and that's when the public saw it. And it's funny, that's right. It happened before the lockdown happened. Maybe they were rushing in, but anyway, the point is, in W77, he revealed a video that that showed that the chariot was like a spacecraft video, that this UFO was bigger than the planet Earth, and it was moving at a crazy speed, man, beyond light, light speed, because it was moving through the planet like crazy fast. Anyway, so yeah, all eyes is gonna see that. And the ones that pierced him, which prove reincarnation. They're not walking around over 2,000 years old, close to, ready to battle the Lord. No, this talks about reincarnation. One day for the Lord is 1,000 years for man, and 1,000 years for man is one day for the Lord. We got to live according to the Most High's timetable. How? When He wants to do it. We would have to be reincarnated to fulfill His time will. All right? Because, a lifetime to the Lord is nothing but with an hour, okay? According to the timetable, man. Ain't nothing but an hour and 20 minutes to the Lord when you live a good long life. We're talking about 120 years, 100, you know what I mean? All right? So when He wants to punish us, it's going to be according to His time, or whatever He wants to do. Right? So anyway, the ones that pierced Him, they would have to be reincarnated to fulfill His timeline, to come back to get judged by the Lord. And all kindreds of the earth, the families, the nations, that's what it means, kindreds, all right, of the earth shall wail because of Him. Yeah, you're going to be, it says, even so, let it be. That's right, man. All right. Yeah, you're going to wail and know you done effed up, man, because you messed with the children of Yahweh Shema Shah. You messed with the so-called blacks, Native Americans, and Latinos, man. Okay, so back to Isaiah 19:1, and that's it. The burden of Egypt, which is in Babylon the Great, right? The slave nation, just like Egypt. Behold, which means to look once again, just like it said in Revelation. Behold, the Lord rideth upon a swift cloud, right? And shall come into Egypt, which is America, and the idols of Egypt shall be moved at His presence. Now at that time, what was a kingdom compared to what they were seeing? Was a kingdom, it was Egypt. Egypt was the only comparable thing that they can say to it. That's why they called it Egypt. They compared it to their time of their history. There was no America to call America then. Is Isaiah going to do that? So Egypt represents America, man. It's the same thing. The burden of Egypt, Babylon. Behold, the Lord rideth upon a swift cloud, and shall come unto Egypt, and the idols of Egypt shall be moved at His presence, right? Which are your false philosophies, your actual idols. Stars and celebrities, whatever have you. Also the things that you worship overall, your false beliefs. So shall be moved at His presence, right? And the heart of Egypt shall melt in the midst of it, all right? And basically the mind of the people are just going to be destroyed. They're not going to be able to stand in the day of the Lord, man. They're going to be beat to powder. They're going to be destroyed, man. Your mind won't be able to stand before the greatness of the Most High and His power. You're not going to be able to take it, the unbelievers, because it's going to be so far beyond what you imagine. These people are totally gone. They're so self-centered in the world. They think there's some, don't people believe in UFOs, which we know that those are the chariots, but they're so narrow-minded. But when they see Yahweh Shema Shai crack them skies, man, and them chariots, man, Michael the Archangel, okay, they're not going to be able to handle what they're going to see, so their minds are going to break. All right, and everyone against his neighbor, city against city, and kingdom against kingdom. That's right. World War III, man. Okay. Excuse me. Did I skip a part? I'm sorry. And their mind shall melt in the midst of it. It says, and I will set up Egyptians against the Egyptians, and they shall fight everyone against his brother, and everyone against his neighbor. Right? The EU, the European Union, the NATO. Right? Like Apostle R said, the NATO is the military might. EU is the economic part of it. You got America, they battling China, North Korea, India, Iraq, Iran, Ukraine, Russia. Kingdom against kingdom, man. All right? That's happening. And everyone against his neighbor, right? All these people, in towns, cities, the purge laws in America, you know, civil unrest, crime going up, you know, robberies, killings, murders, right? And they shall fight everyone against his brother and everyone against his neighbor, city against city, kingdom against kingdom. That's really talking about, and really, again, city against city and kingdom against kingdom, nations against nations. All right, World War III. And the spirit of Egypt shall fail in the midst of it thereof, and I will destroy the counsel thereof, and they shall seek to the idols, and to the charmers, and to them that have familiar spirits, and to the wizards. And the Egyptians will I give over to the hand of a cruel. All right, so that was the point there, that they're going to seek out their soothsayer, their witches and warlocks, but nothing's going to be able to answer, you know, or be able to explain the power and the majestic power and grace and awesome, the wrath and indignation of the Lord, man. Okay, you know, this is, again, you know, the comic books situation, you know, with certain things, that's going to come to life, man. But you're going to see it in Yahweh by Shema Shai. First of all, it's going to be a so-called black man. And then that's really going to drive you crazy, okay? Because you're going to know what you did to his people, man. All right, that's what's really going to drive you crazy, really. That mixed with the paradigm power that he's going to bring, you know, that's going to change all understanding. Okay, the chariots, just defining physics, man. The Lord defying, what you're going to see is going to defy physics, man. Okay. All right. So anyway, with that, I pray you're edified. Again, these videos will be in the description. The hopeful year that all the prophecies come to pass. I believe Apostle prophesied once again, because you know you can feel it developing, man. We pray that, and if this is the year, they're going to show themselves in a bold way. So it's like, I know I'm talking a lot. So with that, Kal Halal, Yahweh Shema Shai, Bashim Korkadash, Yahweh, Dwadi Yahweh, forgiveness, Yahweh Shai, double honors to the apostles and the elders of GMS, double honors to the CT bishops and elders of GMS, and salutation to these brothers in this country and all over the world, prophesying in the true name of Yahweh Bashim Shai. Shalom.